Today we're going to bring you 10 RV tips that we've learned in our travels.
And hopefully they help you as much as they've helped us. Before we give you our very first tip, hop down in our comments and tell us the #1 tip you tell everyone you meet. It may help us and it may help everyone reading the comments. So let us know, what is your go-to tip?
And we know everybody has them because we've talked to many an RVer and they've always offered up tips. So hit it now. A quick RV tip when hooking up your water quick connects on your hoses. I use these on all of my fittings when I'm setting up to help facilitate a quicker hookup. And it's easier to break down when it's time to get underway. Now I'm using a combination of these brass quick connects here and a plastic set on my hose to my Clear 2.0 water filter. And I'm trying to figure out which one's going to work better for me, because these quick connects, these brass ones, they build up calcium inside. And I don't think, if my, science goes right, I don't think they'll stick to the plastic too well. I haven't checked them, I just started using them, so we'll see over time how well they do when it comes to that. But it's very helpful with also identifying what hose goes where. So I have 2 black hoses. One of them is for my potable water, and the other black hose, just like this, goes for my black tank flush. Now I know you say, well, why don't you just get a different color hose so you can separate them? That's easy in theory, but this helps me always know that this one with the quick connect on it goes to my potable water. The other one goes to my black tank flush. I'll never cross-contaminate them.
Always make sure you write down the name and phone number of your campground in case of emergency. And I've actually developed something to help you with that. This is our new emergency contact magnet. You simply fill it out every time you get to a new campground and slap it on your fridge. Now the reason I think this is really important, because in an emergency situation, you're going to need to tell the 911 operator where to come and get you, or where to come and pick up your loved ones. How many times are you at a campground where you don't remember the campground name, your campsite, and definitely not the address to your campground? For me, it happens almost every place we go. We travel so frequently and move around so much. If you said, what campground are you at? I probably can't tell you. So I think it's really important to have this on the fridge, not only to protect you in an emergency, but also your pets. There's a spot on here for the animal hospital, medical info. If you have allergies or meds, you can write them here. And then this way, when you're panicking and you can't think straight because you're scared, you have all the information right here. So all you have to do is just put it on your fridge. And for those of you who don't have a residential refrigerator, well, I have the perfect idea for you. Just put some 3M tape on the back and then hang it right inside one of your cabinet doors. And that way you have the information in the same place every time you go somewhere new. And in an emergency, everyone will know where to send 911. If you would like to order your own emergency magnet, I have a link down below and it will take you to the store.
This next tip is going to save you a lot of money when it comes to replacing your stair motor. And the reason you'll have to replace your stair motor is if you step on your steps while they're still moving. The motor is not designed, or I should say the nylon bushing attached to the motor is not designed to have all that weight on it while it's opening. So that bushing, that nylon bushing, will burn out, causing the stair motor to stop working. And the reason they have that nylon bushing in there is because it has to have a specific amount of torque to open the stairs. And if they didn't have that nylon bushing on there, then the stair motor would get caught, would overheat, and could potentially start a fire. It's imperative that you wait for your steps to stop moving before you step on them, and that's coming in or out. One of the ways you can keep your stair motors from burning out is to lock them open once you get to your place. So every time you open and close the door, the steps aren't moving in and out. And if you have little ones either with you or visiting you and your stairs don't lock out, tell them up front to wait for the steps to finish opening before they step on them. If you need to replace your stair motor in the future, check out AM Equipment. They're the actual manufacturers of the stair motor. They used to distribute to other companies. Now they're coming directly to you at a significant cost savings. We'll add AM Equipment's link below and on our website under our resources tab. When it comes to protecting your expensive windshield wipers, I have a $2 trick for you. Pool noodles. Get 2 of them because the windshield wipers on most Class A's are different lengths. So you'll have to have 2 to cover both your windshield wiper blades. This keeps them out of the sun, keeps the elements off of them, and I tell you, they really do work. I forgot to put them on one time when we were sitting somewhere for about a week, and I used them, and you could see the rubber from my blade smear on my windshield. Inexpensive tip, but they do protect. We interrupt these top 10 RV tips to give you 3 updates you're going to want to know about.
That's right. First up is Harvest Host. They are raising their prices on April 1st. Ooh, horn honking. So make sure you sign up now if you want to keep the reduced rate for as long as you have the membership. And as a bonus, if you use our affiliate link, you will save 10% on your price, which will stick with you throughout the life of your membership. So
Who doesn't like a discount?
that's right. So it'll be $67 a year instead of $99. Pause.
Thanks.
Number 2 is the dirt. So we are going to start dishing the dirt on the dirt, which is that sounds really funny, which is a new app that we've been testing out and trying for trip planning and campground reviews and all kind of stuff. So I've just started figuring out all this website and app has to offer. If you would like to join me in trying out this new app, pop down below for the link. If you use that link, you get a 90-day free trial.
That's amazing. Most companies give you the standard 7-day.
Yep.
The dirt, and that is DYRT,
Yep.
gives you a 90-day trial. So you can learn along with Stacy as she's navigating through this new app.
And that's right. Now, their normal trial is 7 days as well, but if you use the link below, you get it for 90 days. I would love for you to check it out. Send me an email. Let me know what you think. If you have questions about it, maybe we can figure something out together, do some reviews, some videos, some blog posts, and we'll learn it all together.
Yeah, if you're using it and you find something that Stacy could find helpful to others, put that down in the comments. Let us know. We're always learning. We're always loving to share any new information we find.
That's right. And I did a blog post, the first blog post on the dirt, and it talks about the layers and finding dispersed camping. So if you want to check that out, I'll put the link for that below as well.
And update number 3 is our veteran t-shirts.
That's right. We are going to use these new veteran t-shirts that we created as a fundraiser for our military charity. Oh, wait.
Oh, hold up. You hear that? That's the sound of freedom, folks.
That's right. We may be on a military base right now and watching them fly overhead doing training.
Yeah, that's a beautiful sight and a beautiful sound. Love it, love it, love it.
All right, so back on track here. What we were
Back to
saying
the
was
veteran shirts.
we have designed a couple of veteran t-shirts. This one here that Phil has on actually will say proud veteran. This was just our beginning
Work
stages.
in progress.
That's
We're,
right.
you know, we're massaging these as we go.
And this one is I served, and you can get your own service. So for the I served, it'll say proud sailor, proud Marine, whatever your service affiliation is.
As the same with this one goes. I got tongue-tied there. So if you can see this one, it'll say proud veteran Navy. This is an example because we're Navy. But you can get Marine Corps, Air Force,
Yep.
Coast Guard. That'll all be set up when you go to order your shirt. And a bonus is we're going to try to have the same colored shirt for your service's colors. So if you're an OD green Army guy, that should be, we're trying to find close enough colors to match that.
That's right. So if you are a veteran or active duty military, you might really love these. We also are going to have designs for military families and those who are not affiliated with the military but still want to show their support. So I'm going to put the link down below to our storefront. You can check out sizes, colors, designs, and again, proceeds from these shirts will go to benefit Homes for Our Troops. Before we get back to our top 10 RV tips, make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, go ahead and do that now. It's a little red button down there that says subscribe. So while you're doing that, we're going to take a break.
All right. Never pour grease down your kitchen sink. It will coat the pipes, it can clog them, and man, will it smell the place up. So what do you do with all that grease, you're asking? Well, I have the perfect solution. Right here. Save your glass bottles when you finish eating whatever happens to be in them. Wash them out and keep them. And when you have grease, you can pour it in here, seal it up, and just toss it in the trash. That way you're not pouring loose, wet grease into the garbage that could leak everywhere. So we have these stashed all over the place, and we just keep them right here, and when we need them, they're there. Oh, and in case you're wondering, these rods are perfect to keep your glass bottles from falling in transit. I have them on every one of our shelves, and I haven't lost a bottle yet. And yeah, that was a bonus tip for you.
We're at an empty site. We just walked up on the pedestal. We're going to see if this one is turned off, if they turned it off before they unplugged. There was a rig here just the other day. My guess is they did turn it off. I'm hoping they turned it off. It's off. They passed the test. But this here brings me to a couple different tips in one. One is always double check your pedestal breaker. Make sure it is in the off position before you plug it in. And when you go to unplug it, make sure you turn the breaker off. If you don't, and I know people have been doing this for years, they just plug it in and they just pull the plug back out. But if you do that and the breaker is still on, the power is still coming to your plug, then you stand a chance of arcing, sparking, and pitting your plug, which over time will break it down and cause a fire. Could cause a fire. So always come in, check that it's off, and look for the on-off direction. Not all breakers are in the pedestal the same way. Some are up and down, some are sideways, so it's always good to visualize the on-off. The other part of the tip at the pedestal is once you check that your breaker is off, go ahead and plug in your surge protector before you plug in your rig and get settled with jacks down and your slides out. Our surge protector, when we plug it in, it'll do a series of checks and it'll let us know whether or not this pedestal has good power or not. Once I get the E0 code, which is for our Progressive Industries surge protector, that's what we want to see at the pedestal, E0. Once I know it's good, I will turn the breaker back off, then I pull out my power cord, hook it up, finish setting the rig up, and then the last thing I do is I come over, I trip the breaker, and we're good to go. So you're asking, why do I need to check the pedestal? Somebody was there probably before us and the pedestal was good. Not all RV power is the same. Your rig could be different from the rig that was there before and require different settings. Something could have happened on the way out. They could have hit it, they could have knocked it. It's always good to check the pedestal before you set up. We learned firsthand that if you don't do that every single time, you could get burned. We got burned. We set everything up, plugged it in, had the jack, slides, everything was ready to go. I flipped the breaker, we had an error code. So we had bad power at the pedestal. So the short fix was we had to hug over in our sight, which meant we had to close everything back up. And then luckily we had an extension cord that I just reached the empty site next to us to plug in. If you didn't see that video where we were stuck in the park in Pennsylvania with bad power, we'll link that below.
Are you looking for a quick and easy way to keep soap scum off your shower doors without using caustic chemicals that could ruin your RV plumbing? I have just the thing for you. Using a very simple solution of vinegar and dishwashing liquid, you have the perfect way to keep your shower nice and clean and not mess up any of your plumbing. So I just use a 50-50 ratio. I spray it on the doors, clean it off with the sponge. You can tell it's gotten a lot of use, and I need a new one actually, and it keeps it nice and clean. I clean it before I get out of the shower, and then Phil comes back, he showers after me, and he gives it a good squeegee, and we keep the water spots off and the soap scum away.
This tip's going to keep you and your rig clean, and that is when you're hooking up your sewer hose, make sure you have a good connection by first pulling the gray water valve handle. If you don't do that, and you pull your black tank and your hose is not connected, you're going to get a brown water surprise that you don't want to have to mess with. Ask me how I know. On the sewer connection where you connect your hose to, there are 4 nubs that the hose actually connects to, and you spin and lock it in place. And inevitably, people miss the one on the back side, and they put it on tight, and it feels tight, but it's not all the way connected or sealed. So check the gray tank before you pull any of your wastewater out of your hoses.
If you have a stackable washer and dryer in your RV, this is a tip that you're going to love. When we first moved in here and I started using the washer and dryer, I hated it. I hated using them so much, I went to the laundromat even when we had full hookups, until we discovered this trick. When you go to use your washer and dryer, wash on your normal cycle and then change it to just a spin cycle with the highest RPM. That way you're going to pull out all of the water out of your laundry, and it's not going to take you 2 hours to dry your towels. That 16 minutes have cut our dry time in more than in half. When I do jeans and towels, it's so much easier now.
Last and final tip is putting the date that you changed out your water filter. This little guy here. So what I do is I'm going to change this one out today. So today's date, I'm going to put it probably somewhere where I can see it. Normally I put it either on the side or right here. So I'm going to put it right here. Read my own chicken scratch. So I put it here. This gives you a quick reference when you're in your wet bay that, okay, this thing is coming up due, or I just need to at least check it. I do the same for so this is our inline filter, and then I do the same for our whole house canister filter. When I replace that one, I put it at the very top, drop it back in, put the canister on, boom, I'm good. So I always know when it's time, aside from my maintenance spreadsheet, and if you don't have a copy of that, we'll link that down below. But I always document them every time, either here and on my spreadsheet.
Bonus tip.
We use these insect screens on both our front and rear furnaces and our water heater vent screens. This will keep those pesky little dirt daubers from getting inside and clogging up the intake and outtake of your furnaces and your water heater.
Next up is a tip you may have heard us say before if you've been with us for a while. We catch all of our cold water in a pot if we're boondocking to use it somewhere else. So all we do is we bring the pot in here with us, turn the shower on, catch all the cold water while we're waiting for the hot to make it to the faucet. Once it's hot, we shut it off. This goes in the kitchen. We can use it to wash dishes with. We can use it to make tea or coffee. It's still clean water. And then that way, we're not wasting that water and have it go right down the drain. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. Links for everything we've talked about will be in the description below.
That's right. And if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, which you should have done midway through this video.
That's right. Thanks again for watching, and hopefully one day we'll see you on the road.